Oh, great way to start the show with just I was stretching my back. Sorry about that, guys. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I'm your host, the Ranting Monkey. He's totally not Jack. Totally not Jack. How are you tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
I am here, and I forgot to tell you to say hi to the people. Say hi to the people.
Hi, everybody.
There we go.
Now
friend.
you know when you say "oh" like that, you have to just roll with it and go, "Good God,
Good God, y'all." No, I decided to stretch my back right as I hit the live button, which is probably not the best time to do that. But I am the least professional monkey on the internet, so suck it, y'all. Anyway, Jack, after taking last night off, being in some ridiculous pain, my body's having this on again, off again thing the last couple of days. Today I feel decent now. I woke up rough, but I'm all right now. And we're here to do a show and talk about some gross stuff. But before we get to that, I do want to say thank you to Disgruntled Technician for the feminist $12 when we were not online. He said, agree on the watches. Why is it so hard to find a watch that's just a watch? Even analog watches have to have 4 dials these days. Had to buy a cheap Timex just to get a basic watch that tells time. I feel you, my friend.
Yeah, I love Timex watches, actually.
Me too.
I actually just got a watch, that an early Christmas present from a dear friend of mine who gave me a Citizen watch that they found
very
on
nice.
clearance. Yeah, I gotta figure out. I gotta change the battery in it and figure out how to set it and all that. But it's a really nice watch. There was a Citizen watch I was looking at that's the Eco Drive, and it collects sunlight. That's the one I really want to get because for like more formal events, because it's really nice and it just picks up sunlight, and you can buy a little thing that'll recharge it for you while you're sitting around in the dark. But
sure,
they're really cool, and they're a little expensive, but it's more of a fashion statement these days.
Corey,
I do like watches.
Thank you, Corey, who says, nice Halloween costume, Jack. Very scary.
Thank you, Corey.
I love watches. I have one good watch. Really good. Well, hang on. I'll get to the rest of that story in a second. I've had one really good watch for a long time that my wife bought me for Christmas one year. And otherwise, I always just got just cheap ones because if I was constantly hitting my arm when I was working at Walmart and break a watch and now I got to get a new one. So I'd pay like $10 and had a new watch.
Yeah.
Thank you, Snubber. The beer is probably more digestible than the pancakes. Probably. We'll get there in a minute.
Thank you, Travis Gardner. You sent me a link. We'll get to that one if we can later on. But you actually sent that twice. So if you want me to try and refund one of those, let me know, dude.
Tall person, thank you. Happy National Mule Day. While expected, I'm still upset at the deal Bowman got. It's disgusting me more than the Amaranth yeast beer. Yeah, well, you guys are jumping ahead of the show tonight, man. They really want us to talk about the yeast. We'll get there. We'll get there in just a second. Thank you so much for the donation and happy National Mule Day. What are we, Mexico? I'm just saying. No, when I was with my father-in-law this last vacation, he gave me his father's Omega watch. I won't even put that thing on my wrist. I'm afraid I'm going to break it. Those things are not cheap. It's
that's a classy watch there.
That watch is I looked it up. That watch is worth more than I am. Like for real. And my wife's like, you should wear that sometime. Fuck, not without a guard dog and fuck no. Hell no.
I'm willing to drop like $100 on a really classy watch that I really like, but that's more than anything in my wardrobe.
Yeah, it's probably worth more than my wardrobe combined.
Yeah, what you're describing absolutely is.
Yeah, his father had always wanted one, so he just decided to treat himself one time, and My father-in-law passed that down to me. I'm like, dude, I can't take this. And he goes, no, you have to. I'm like, I can't. This is too much. Travis Gardner, thank you. I'm a big watch fan. My daily watch is a Seiko automatic and a long jeans. Long giants. I'm not sure how to say that. It's long INES. Longies? Longings. I don't know. I just like a nice watch. I really do. A nice looking watch. Just it completes an outfit, man. It's the only way I accessorize.
Yeah, I don't wear jewelry typically, but a watch is useful.
Long
yeah,
jeans. Thank you.
I understand that younger people especially do not understand watches and why people still wear them.
Yeah.
But because it is kind of a fashion accessory at this point.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
But I refuse to get my phone out of my pocket just to look at my time. I refuse to. I'm just that. It's not that I'm necessarily lazy. It just seems like a lot of extra work when I could just turn my wrist.
That's fair too. I just like the way they look. I really do. It is my one vanity thing is a nice watch. Although, like I said, my father-in-law pumped that up to 9,000. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. Yeah, and seriously, my wife's like, you should wear that. Hell no. That thing's going in I'm going to buy a safe just for that. Anyway.
Real quick. Thank you, Ilhan Omar. Timex watches. Like my women on their way to Israel. Takes a licking, keeps on. Oh, God.
Yeah. Jack, let's jump into tonight's stories, shall we?
Oh, okay. We're just doing this right now.
So I get online today. I was completely offline yesterday. I didn't come on at all.
Weirdo.
Yeah, I know. I had a couple of people reach out to me. Are you okay? I wasn't, but I'm okay now. But yeah, just took the night off and just rested. And I get on there, and from my good friend Fugi, I get this article about Amaranth.
Yeah, when I saw that, we both had the exact same response to it. So
I saw not exactly because you use proper English.
Yeah.
Thank you, Snubberth, who says, "Oh, by the way, Brianna Wu and Ethan Klein are really getting hit hard for the Israel versus Palestine thing. Jordan Peterson, the prophet. If we can, we might get to some Ethan Klein tonight. I don't pay any attention to Brianna Wu because she blocked me for making fun of her and her moon rock thing. And Alan, it's true. Alan, thank you so much. Who says, hello, monkey. Hello, sir. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's not that I'm like ignoring Brianna, just I can't see anything the idiot says. She got very mad about that and blocked anybody who mentioned her, saying we need some kind of defense because you might be able to go to the moon and throw a rock and destroy stuff on the earth with it.
Yeah, if you're Superman.
Not even then, it would burn up in the atmosphere.
Nope, Superman could do it. He'd coat it with his ice breath and then hurl it into the planet. That's the only conceivable way that you can make that scenario work. And it would be a big boulder, too, because he's Superman.
She deserves endless mockery for that.
Yeah, because it's fucking dumb.
How do you not know how small rocks passing through our atmosphere work? Oh, and by the way, remember, she was running for Congress at the time.
Yeah, well.
She said this while she was running for Congress. All right. I just feel that needs exaggerated when I say it because fuck. All right. We want the Amaranth story, which would be this one. Here we go.
Real quick.
Okay.
Thank you, Alan, for the donation. Who says, hello, not Jack. Hi, Alan. Appreciate it, man. Hope you're doing well.
Amaranth reveals beer company wants her yeast to brew new flavor.
Gross.
Yep. You know, I saw this is from Dextero on their Twitter. They said, surprisingly, she seems into this. Surprisingly? This is the chick who faked domestic violence because people were giving her too much shit about her being a dirty whore on Twitch. There's nothing this woman could do that would surprise me. That's not true. If she ever got any morals, it would probably surprise me.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to have a whole lot of those.
It is funny how not one of those fucking simps who came to her defense, those white knights riding in on their steeds, have mentioned the fact that she lied to all of them about that shit. Not one of them has made a follow-up video going, yeah, I was lied to by this whore. Fuck her. But they all came a running when she, oh my God, the guy kind of said some mean stuff to me that we practiced in advance. Yeah. Remember, she was going to stop doing all the nasty stuff. And instead, she went full OnlyFans. You guys are retards. Stop listening to whores. And I don't mean women. I mean actual whores. This chick is a dirty whore. I have to get this out of my system now, Jack, because I am going back over to Twitch for gaming, and I can't say that once I've been on Twitch. I got to be careful. Because she's one of their superstars, don't you know?
Oh, yeah. See, I don't have that problem, so I'm going to call this bitch a dirty fucking tramp.
Yeah, you can do that. I just have to be careful, so.
She seems very hoary to me. It's just my opinion. I have no evidence beyond what she's shown us on the Twitch, and I think that is enough evidence for my case.
I think it's plenty of evidence, honestly.
Thank you, Keldrick. Well, you really need a small boulder the size of a large boulder to pull off the space rock throw maneuver. Yeah, there's a lot of physics at play there. Plus, it depends how large of a creature you are and what your strength score is. But Massive brings up a good question. Would you rather drink this beer or Bud Light?
I'd rather drink Bud Light.
Yeah, because I can handle being called gay right now, as opposed to drinking some strange chick's cooter juice.
We grew up in the 80s and 90s. Being called gay was just part of your day.
Yeah, that was kind of an everyday thing.
Yeah, all these guys out there, you called me gay. Shut up. That just makes you sound gay. Quit whining.
Yeah, quit being a little homosexual.
Bud Light, thank you. Real quick, let me get it. Bud Light, thank you. Says, wait, maybe Coochie Beer can save us. Quick, somebody get a sample of Dylan's yeast. Hold up. Fuck. Thank you. Go ahead.
This sounds like something you'd find at some trashy little mom and pop gas station in like Arkansas. Like, come into Mr. Flippy's gas station and you can get some Amaranth cooter juice.
This is actually a Polish beer company.
Oh, God, that doesn't make it any better.
Amaranth has taken the internet by storm with her hot tub streams, shock investments, I don't know what that means, and partnership to sell everything from fart jars to her bath water. But she has a new product that could put those to shame. Which is worse, vaginal beer or fart bottles? That's a toss-up for me. Ministry of Wrong Thing, thank you. The hilarious thing is Jeremy the Quartering interviewed Amaranth on his channel a month or two ago, and she promoted her bonus hole beer during the interview, and Jeremy literally praised the idea. How do I want to say this? Jeremy is a clout chasing shill whore, so I am not shocked that he was like, yeah, that's a good idea. She could have come out and said, I'm going to stab a baby in the face, and he'd be like, you know what, babies need stabbed in the face. Because he hasn't
got him enough clout or money. Yeah, I could see him doing that.
The only way he stands up to anything ever is when he's had too much to drink.
Yeah, then it's all dumb hot takes.
Mm-hmm. In an exclusive interview with Dextero, the OnlyFans model was asked about how she had previously teased a new drink following the success of Logan Paul and KSI's Prime, and spilled some details about the upcoming beverage. According to the Twitch streamer, Polish brewery, the Order of Yoni, whatever, wants her to send them her yeast, vaginal yeast, y'all, for a new beer, and she's surprisingly excited about the opportunity. How do you get surprisingly from her? Seriously. You just told us she sold fart jars. Why would this be surprising to you? Siragusa confirmed that she will be working with the company to produce this beer, and they have a history of using Model's yeast for quite some years now. Apparently, this isn't a new thing for them.
Yeah, Europeans are weirdo sexual degenerates, man.
It goes on to tell us what they do is they isolate. We're going to leave that on the screen just because I think that is the that without actually seeing her coochie, that tells you all you need to know about Amaranth right there. They're going to isolate the cultures, Jack, and clean them up, which I guess they have some industrial strength bleach. And then they're going to let the cultures grow when they're nice and safe, herpy free, and use it to make batches of beer.
Why? I just don't understand what
Because
fetish this appeals to.
Because dumbasses will buy it. That's why.
Yeah, but who wants to drink some strange lady's cooter juices? I just don't understand this.
It's worse than the people who are going to drink this nasty shit is the ones who are going to save it as an investment.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it'll be worth money.
It's going to be
only other degenerate weirdos. What, you get some hair samples that you glued on your sex toy too? Free.
20 years from now, eBay is going to be some Amaranth cooter beer.
Oh, man. Look, she's going to eventually fall into obscurity like most of these, and there'll be like a couple documentaries surface every now and then. But beyond that, unless she gets murdered or kills somebody, she's probably going to get forgotten at some point. And that stuff will be worthless.
She'll eventually age out and some younger whore will take her place. Yeah. It's what happens. And hey, look, I don't blame her for this at all. I really don't. If I'm her and they're like, we're going to give you a bunch of money for your vaginal yeast, I'm taking that deal. I'm not going to lie to you. I would. I don't blame her. I blame the people who would buy it.
Well, it kind of depends on how much money she's getting out of it.
I imagine for her, she's getting a decent amount because she doesn't get out of bed for change, man.
Yeah, that's true.
While she's laying there, you can just pelt her with pennies.
Yeah, she'll just take it. Let me grab a couple things here real quick. I got a few backing up. Thank you, Pumpkin Trucker. So a bunch of Poles want to dip in some Thoughts Yeast. Holy shit, I thought her 15-year-old followers were some little simps. Kind of nailed it in one there, didn't you?
Yeah. But anyway, so Amaranth's dirty ass is going to be selling. Well, it's not her. It's the what was the name of them? The Order of Yoni. So if you guys are interested in Amaranth's nasty vaginal secretions, you can get them through there.
I think this is some sort of cult that needs her fluids to summon Cthulhu or something.
Rodline says every 6-pack comes with Vagisil.
Ew.
Look, yeast is normal in the human vagina. It's when it gets out of control and infect. It's actually supposed to be there. That's a true story.
But is she going to purposely get a yeast infection just to send extra?
No, I hope not. Reportedly, she's just going to scrape the sides and send in a sample. Yeah. She's going to give herself a pap smear and send it in.
Well, something about a hallway. Thank you, Sir Adamantine. Says Jack. Sir Adamantine. Thank you, sir. Thank you, tall person. Happy Horseless Carriage Day. Off topic, but it seems like the anti-Christians are riled up again. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're on fire lately.
Oh, they are mad about the new Speaker of the House.
I don't know why. He already wants to send money to Ukraine.
Some called a Christo-fascist because he said during his first speech to the House as Speaker that he believes that him and everybody there was was brought to the forefront by God. God put them in that position, and I can't believe he believes that. Like, if the guy's Christian, it's almost like required for him to believe that dumbass.
Right.
I mean, if you believe that, everything is preordained, that's kind of what you believe. That's what it means, fuckers. And I don't know why they're so upset. Snubber, thank you so much. He says, Pap smear ribbon.
Yeah. Oh.
That's funny. I guess we should talk about the new Speaker of the House. Can we start just with his name? His name is Mike Johnson. Why didn't they just pick somebody named White Boy?
Well, it's better than Dick Johnson.
Is it? It is the most generic fucking name ever, Mike Johnson.
Yeah, you know what? I think maybe we talked about this dude like once ever.
We have, at least once we've watched him question people. I believe we saw him with Mayorkas once. He has a great takedown of Mayorkas that's out there you can find. But what a generic piece of shit name, Mike Johnson.
Well, he seems like a cookie cutter rhino.
Well, I mean, yes and no. He has all of the rhino opinions while also having the Freedom Caucus's opinions. I'm not sure how. I don't get it.
So for Speaker of the House, they elected Tim Pool. Great.
Yes, they did. Absolutely. 100%. They're like, hey, get that fucker on the fence over there. I guess we should bring him on the screen for those of you who've never seen him before. I was thinking about watching his introduction speech there, but it's kind of boring as fuck. But there's your new speaker. This is Mr. Mike Johnson. He kind of looks like somebody doing a Saturday Night Live parody, if I'm being honest. He's the new one. After 4 rounds of voting, they're like, yeah, he's our guy. I don't care. I don't think it's going to change anything. He's promised, Jack, that they're going to, get better with the budget and do all the things the Freedom Caucus wants to do. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to change. Now, that doesn't mean that McCarthy shouldn't have been kicked out. It was funny to watch him get embarrassed. It is good for the I don't want to say the people who actually believe what they say, because I'm not sure Gates does, but for the people in charge to be reminded that at any moment shit can go wrong for them, so they might want to toe the line, at least pretend to toe the line.
Yeah.
Instead of the shit we saw with McCarthy, where he's like, what? I'm just bending over for the Dems. Isn't this my position? Nancy, come ram it up here dry. I feel like that would be the best thing for my caucus. So it's good, a good reminder for them, but it's also a truth about our political system, Jack. Nothing's gonna change because of this. Even if
he'll eventually stab everybody in the back and do whatever the rhinos usually do.
It's not even that for me. Even if he really wanted to change anything, you can't, because the Senate and the White House are controlled by Democrats.
Yeah.
So for at least a year, he can go out there and pretend he really wants to do stuff and not do anything. But if the Republicans get into power, we'll see what happens. The same thing we saw with Paul Ryan.
Yep. Whole lot of nothing.
They don't really want to change things, because here's an unspoken truth about politics. If you fix a problem, you can't run on it again.
Yeah. Plus, they're very comfortable being losers.
Well, they're not losers to themselves, man. They keep getting elected. This motherfucker was elected back in 2016. Wait, is he the one that was in 16? He hasn't been there that long, but he's been there long enough that he's won election after election after election after election without actually doing anything.
Oh, it's because nobody's primaried him.
Green
Which
Lady
a lot
Gray,
of these people really need to be primaried.
Green Lady Gray, thank you so much for the membership. I appreciate it.
Yay.
Even, but see, this is the thing. Even if somebody primaries them, what are they going to do? This is why I'm against. This is why I am against the whole notion of term limits, because it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't. These guys go up there, they'll promise you the moon, and when they get up there, like, hey, I got to get elected again. The best way to do that is to be a sellout bitch. And then I still have stuff I can talk about next time. I mean, we literally saw that with the wall. Like, we need the wall. We need the wall. Hey, you guys can get the wall. Oh, we can't do the wall. We can't do the wall. And then Nancy takes over the House. We need the wall. We need the wall.
I did that with Obamacare too.
It's how our politics works. And the problem is that the kind of people who actually would change things are the kind of people who would never run for Congress anyway. So we're kind of stuck with these assholes. I mean, that's a failing of the voters, really. And in fairness, it is part of the way the system is set up. The system itself is set up to do that. There's a reason that only the major candidates or the two major parties are on every ticket.
Yeah, but they rigged that system.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's not how it was set up originally.
No. This is stuff that's been done over the years. Yeah, originally, I mean, the idea of parties, I mean, that put Washington on a fucking warpath there for a while. He was staunchly against the idea of political parties. I'm not against the idea of political parties. I'm against them having so much power to where we only have a two-party system. Look, even if you have like, take the Brits, right? It's what, the Tories and the Liberals. What do you guys have? But it's only
Labor.
the two. Labor, thank you. Tories and Labor. Those are the two big parties. Those are your two ones who get to pick the prime minister each time. Sure, you might have to suck up to the commies or the Greens or whoever, but it's still always just the major parties, because that's how things work. But anyway, there's our new Dick. I really do hope that he gets a lot less attention. I'm so tired of our Speaker of the House getting so much attention. You're one of 435. You're not that important. You're just not. I get it. He's second in line for the presidency. Can anybody name me a time when a Speaker of the House has become president? I'm going to wait. The answer is never. Never. Doesn't happen. So that's, that whole thing. He's the second in line for the presidency. Yeah, that's fucking meaningless, because unless the president and vice president die together, he's never going to be president. And it's one of the reasons we keep them away from each other. It's not just because, Joe Biden's an idiot. Gerald Ford became vice president before he was president. Spiro Agnew got kicked out, and they moved Gerald in there. Anyway, Jack, so there it is. There's our new speaker. I don't have much else to say about the guy. I don't expect anything to change. I just still think it's funny. There were a whole bunch of holdouts, Jack, and if you go back to right after Jim Jordan is out, the next vote that the Republicans had, like 46 of the idiots voted for McCarthy, even though he wasn't running.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb.
We love you. We love you, McCarthy. Give me a big old hug. The guy's a douchebag, all right? Kevin is an asshole. He got his time his moment in the sun, and he became the first speaker ever kicked out.
He'll be historical now.
Yeah, which is wonderful. He's now a trivia question.
Yeah, he's now right up there with the importance of Queen Jean-Pierre.
Indeed. Third in line. No, he's second in line. First in line would be the vice president. Second in line is the speaker, right?
Yeah.
And then it's the president pro tem of the Senate.
Yeah, because the president's already got the job, so he doesn't count. So it's vice president, speaker.
All right. Now I want to my favorite story of the day, Jack. Believe it or not, even though the Amaranth one is funnier, we finally got to see the video of Representative Bowman when he pulled the fire alarm.
Yes.
Bowman was indicted. Well, not indicted. Well, I guess was it technically an indictment? Anyway, they're like, hey, you did a bad thing. Come down here. We're going to fingerprint you. He pled guilty. He gets $1,000 fine and 3 months probation. As long as he's also going to write an apology letter, he says. But as long as he doesn't screw up, then it falls off his record because he pulled a fire alarm. But his original thing was that he pulled that so that he could open the doors. Remember that?
Yeah.
He thought the fire alarm opened the door. We watched Kyle Kalinske, Mr. Secular Talk, or whatever the fuck he goes by on here, tell us that the sign was just really confusing, and obviously he thought it opened the door. Now, I will say this. I stand corrected. I do not think he was trying to interrupt the vote. I stand corrected on that. I don't know that what he actually did was any better. I actually think it's probably worse. So,
trying to induce panic and start an insurrection?
No, it wasn't even that. That's not what he was doing. I don't remember who I grabbed this from. Oh, Jack Posobiec. Okay. It's all over the Twitter machine. Whoops.
Yeah.
I jumped to the end of it. Now, we are on my shitty internet, so I'm going to throw this in the chat for you guys in case it'll be choppy. But you guys can go watch it yourself over there. You can probably look it up on YouTube as well. I didn't.
When you watch videos with us, think of it as an old-timey Nickelodeon, and it's going to be some moving pictures for you. So it'll be like 2 frames a second.
The important parts I'm going to pause on anyway. So it's in this video. All right, so here is the setup. And as we can see, both of the signs are on the door. That's what those blobs are in the corner of the door there.
Yeah, those are the placards, yep. At
the bottom, we see the one that says fire exit only right there that we mentioned before. Because even if these signs weren't there, that one tells you this is an emergency exit only. You shouldn't be trying to come this way.
Yeah.
And he saunters right past it. So here he comes, and right there. All right. Right here, we do see him try to open the door, Jack. He is honestly trying to open that door. And it doesn't open for him. So he grabs one of the signs and throws the other one on the floor.
Like you do.
He's not even trying to pick this second sign up. He just throws it on the floor. See, it's just falling down there. And then this is the important part. Right there, he just pulled the fire alarm. He just pulled the fire alarm and immediately walks away. He doesn't even look at the fucking door.
Why would he want to do that? He doesn't want to go through it now. The door didn't open automatically when he pulled the fire alarm. He
didn't even wait to see if it was going to open automatically. It's hard to see on the screen right here, but if you watch it on your own device, you'll see his head never even, when he goes to that fire alarm, he looks at the fire alarm and then immediately turns and starts looking at the way he has to walk.
Yeah. We speculated that that's what he did from the images when we first talked about this, remember?
He did this to be childish. He was pissy that the door didn't open, so he pulled the fucking fire alarm. It's almost better if he did it to try to stop the vote.
I would argue that he might be illiterate.
I don't think so. Because that doesn't make any sense to pull the fire alarm because he can't read.
Well, he's angry that he can't read, so he's going to reclaim the technology for fire alarms that was stolen from black people.
Libra says he was not playing dumb. No, he's not playing dumb.
No, he just is dumb.
And
who does this?
The motherfucker pulled the fire alarm because he was mad that the door didn't open. Now, as we were told, that door is always closed on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
This door is not one they keep open on the weekends. There's no way he hadn't seen that before, because Congress works on the weekends a lot, Jack. But for some reason this time, this is why I'm still not giving him quite that it wasn't because of the vote. But I do think it was just him being childish.
I kind of agree with you that he was being childish, but I don't think the reason is what you're stating. I would disagree with you there, because I think he was hoping to set off the fire alarm by pushing the crash bar. And when that didn't work and it just set off the little alarm, that's when he went over to the fire alarm and pulled it. I think he was hoping to set off the fire alarm by opening the door.
That could be a good take on it too, which would go back to him trying to stop the vote.
Yeah. I think either way he was trying to stop the vote or interfere with it in some manner. Or he was just being a petulant child. I don't think it really matters. He still did something that induced panic.
Yeah. He pulled, and for that he gets $1,000 fine, 3 months probation. Now they did give him the biggest. They did give him the biggest fine they could. They don't say they give him the longest probation they could.
No, and look, he should be treated just like the J6 people, and so should Tlaib for that stunt she pulled with all the pro-Palestinians coming in.
Sure.
Did you hear Marjorie Taylor Greene putting that up?
No.
She wants her condemned for her actions, including starting an insurrection. And I was like, oh, it's not going anywhere, Marjorie. Stop trying so hard.
Thank you, Cryptic. The fire alarm wasn't a Chicago gang shooting for the Dems to exploit. True.
Yeah.
They
like the Chicago kids. Typewriter. He would have used it.
When I saw this video, look, we knew it was going to be bad because they hadn't put it out. This was really bad.
This is worse than I thought it was going to look, honestly. Especially him just tossing the sign on the floor. What a fucking child. This guy shouldn't be in any position of authority.
For the record, he pulled the fire alarm and then knocked down one of the signs and stole the other one, telling people how to get out the fire door. That door does not automatically open when the fire alarm goes off.
No.
The lock doesn't automatically disengage when the fire alarm goes off. You still have to hold it you have to hit it and then wait the 30 seconds.
This guy is a dangerous kind of idiot.
Yeah.
Because he does dumb shit that affects other people. You do dumb stuff and the consequences only affect you. I don't really care. I'll laugh at you. You do dumb stuff and other people could get hurt. That's not okay.
I do want to talk to Mr. Kyle Kalinske, though.
Uh-oh.
I want to ask, because he's the one we watched where he told us that sign's really hard to understand.
Well, then you're the problem, dum-dum.
I want to see if he's changed his mind. I did tag him, and I didn't even see if he responded or not. But I really am curious if that dumb motherfucker is going to address this at all.
Oh, probably not.
Look, man, he just couldn't read the sign. That sign that says hold the bar or hit the bar and then wait 30 seconds. That is really confusing. It's so confusing.
You know, I honestly believe that guy is that stupid. Kyle, I think he might be that dumb.
Well, today he was mad because Blinken said that apparently yesterday, Biden had said that he doesn't necessarily believe the death tolls coming out from the Gazan health ministry.
Oh,
why would you?
God.
And Blinken was asked about it, and he goes, it's a terrorist group. Why we don't necessarily trust their numbers. And Kyle piped up. He's like, hey, even if it's only half of what they say, it's still almost 3,500, almost 1,500 dead kids.
Oh, fuck off.
Like, you're half believing terrorists, you dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Terrorists who have shown us repeatedly how willing they are to push propagandic bullshit.
Yeah. This is a war. You should be suspicious of all the numbers coming out.
Well, I figure by tomorrow it's going to be like 1 million dead easy.
Oh, I mean, that's a given, isn't it? I mean, oh my God, those. Those evil Israelis or some shit. I don't know, fucking idiots.
Yeah, the official numbers from the Palestinian the Gazan Health Ministry is 7,000 and some change total, and 2,900 dead kids. Remember, these are the people who have told us they can't even count their dead because they can't get through the rubble, but they know how many there are. These are the same people who told us 500 people died in the parking lot.
Yeah. Maybe they shot 500 people in that parking lot. I don't know if they're playing semantics with the words, because 500 people did die because they executed them there over the course of several years.
Let's just take that for example. I mean, you would think that we would have been able to see bodies everywhere,
Or
and
parts of bodies, at least.
Eagle says, I believe a third of that. I don't even believe a third of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. If we look at what probably happened in that parking lot, I could see a couple dozen dying.
Sure. I mean, people in the cars, yeah.
Oh, well, they did say there were some people, taking refuge in the parking lot. Okay, so some of them might have died too. So I'll give them a tenth of it. How about that? I'll be fair and say 50 people. All right, let's apply that to the 7,000 number. That's 700. I was kidding. I got you, Eagle. But that's 700, which is still a lot of people. And it takes the kid death toll down to, I want to say it's almost, 290. Far more believable. Far more believable, especially when the Israelis are like, everybody get out. We're about to blow this shit up. Just saying. But no, man, if it's even half, shut up, Kyle. You're a retard. Damn it, Kyle. Guy's a fucking idiot. Anyhow, he has trouble reading the signs that Bowman took down. So does anybody who's trying to get out that door for the next 30 seconds. After he pulled the fucking fire alarm.
Fucking child.
Yeah. So best case scenario is that he's a petulant child.
Yeah.
Worst case is he was trying to set off the alarm just with the door and pulled it anyway because the door didn't do it. Neither one of those is good. That man's a member of Congress. Congress hasn't punished him at all.
Why would they want to do that?
They should kick his ass out for that. I don't even care. Jack, with comparing it to January 6th and all that, I don't even care about all that. That's the legal part of it. They should have. Oh, real quick. Jeff Foxworthy, thank you. Congressman Bowman, here's your sign. Close. That's Bill Engvall. But thank you, Jeff. What was I saying? Oh, Congress, it doesn't even have to be something that is illegal to kick somebody out of Congress. They're all mad at Santos. And now maybe Santos has done some illegal stuff. He has been indicted and stuff. But before we ever got to indictments, they were like, kick him out. He lied to get elected. One, fuck all of you. I don't want to hear any member of Congress bitch that somebody lied to get elected, okay? None of you are innocent on that front, so fuck right off.
I was really hoping that Santos would get elected speaker.
That would have been great. It would have been funny as shit. But they all wanted him kicked out because he lied in the way in. All right. You want him kicked out for lying. What about the guy who pulled the fucking fire alarm?
Yeah. And that instructional video that Santos made was fucking hilarious.
Haven't. Oh, yeah. I did see that.
Yeah, I made you watch that.
But if that's worthy of it, and then we know that he lied about it because he lied and said, I thought that's how it would open the door. There is no doubt that he did not think that would open the door. Because if he thought it would open the door, he would have stopped and at least looked to see if the door was opening. Or went over and pushed it to see if he could push it open now. And he did neither of those things. Cryptic, thank you. Did you see Mickey is teaming up with Hugh Grant in the new Wonka movie? She's the one coordinating the new dance routines. Too short, eh? Are they making a new Willy Wonka?
I heard they were talking about doing a TV series.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
get
if they're doing a new movie or not.
he's taking a shot at Mickey, which is just what cryptics do.
Yes.
But are they really making another Wonka?
I mean, would you be surprised? They're trying to ruin everything else. This time he'll be trans, queer,
Oh,
disabled,
Rodline says
non-binary.
prequel. It's a
Yeah.
prequel movie. We have a decent enough Willy Wonka. Just leave it alone. Trailer's already out for real. I'm gonna have to watch it just to ruin my. Wasn't the last one a flop? The Johnny Depp one, was that really a flop?
No, it did fairly well, I think.
I mean, not Disney numbers well, not the original one well.
No, of course not.
But yeah,
it did okay because it was a Tim Burton movie and people love those.
I don't know why.
I thought most of the movie was okay, but Tim Burton has some weird dad issues that really need to be addressed because
Yeah, that guy's
the
fucking
second
weird.
act of that took a right turn into daddy issues.
If you want to watch a Tim Burton movie, go into a room with just random sounds and turn off the fucking lights. There you go.
And then go out and hug your dad.
There you go.
Fucking hell.
Faithless says maybe I assumed it was a flop because it sucked ass. Fair enough.
I watched some movie before that was really, really, really fucking bad. Because I remember walking out of Willy Wonka going, that's all right. And then I rewatched it later. I'm like, the second half has got some daddy issues. But like half the movie's not bad. I just like the original with Gene Wilder way better. Far superior film.
I'm not even a fan of the original, but you tell me, especially with the look and the style of it, you tell me Tim Burton is making a Wonka movie. I'm like, nah, go fuck yourself. I don't care. Because that dude's weird and he should not be allowed behind a camera.
It didn't have enough singing and dancing.
One of my favorite things, Jack, about November 1st is I don't have to hear any idiots online tell me how great The Nightmare Before Christmas is anymore for a whole year.
Yeah, I watched that movie finally, and it's severely overrated.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say. I'll just move along with our day.
I mean, it was okay. Corpse Bride was better.
See, there's a whole lot of let's call them women who really, really like that movie.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but I don't understand the obsession with it personally.
Edward Scissorhand, Batman, Big Fish, Beetlejuice, all good. I'm going to disagree with you. About half of Beetlejuice is good. Edward Scissorhand was just fucking weird. Batman was okay. It wasn't great. And I mean, for its time, one, it did give us the modern era of superhero movies, which was awesome for a lot of it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I'm a Batman fan, so that's also nice. But again, you really could just turn on a soundtrack, sit in a dark room, and it'd be similar to watching that Batman.
Nah, see, I liked Batman. That was one of my favorite movies for a long time, actually. I like Beetlejuice. Again, that one had some weird issues too. But
I like half of Beetlejuice.
Edward Scissorhands is just like, that's a stoner kind of movie. Like,
maybe
if you drop acid, it'll probably be a fantastic fucking nightmare. But I don't know, it's just an okay film that really needed a better ending. But yeah, I mean, I like Tim Burton movies. Big Fish I did like quite a bit. But
I haven't seen that one, so
that's if you like Baron Munchausen, you'll like that movie. If you don't like The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, you're not going to like that movie.
Another one I've never seen because they just don't sound, that doesn't sound interesting to me, so I never watched it. That's all. It's not, like I've seen it like, oh, that was crap. I just never saw it because the trailers didn't look interesting. Rod says Burton for sure isn't for everyone. You have to have a touch of emo in you, I think, which explains why so many girls like The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Especially in our generation, Jack.
Yeah,
you know,
I could see that movie getting you to second base too.
You know, the ones who take a paper clip and run it across their skin and go, "Look, I cut myself."
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Jack, we got to switch to a much more serious topic.
Do we?
We haven't talked about this one in just a little bit. So, Chinese are pulling shit again.
Yep.
And this is one of those times, Jack, where all it takes is an accident. It doesn't even have to be
saying that for what, 2 years now?
Yeah. It's another one of those times where just somebody twitches wrong and shit we're World War III. But anyway,
The U.S. military has released video of yet another Chinese fighter jet harassing and flying dangerously close to a U.S. military plane. Officials say this happened Tuesday over the South China Sea. The Chinese jet coming within 10 feet of the American B-52.
10 feet in a fucking jet.
The insanity level on that. If somebody had just sneezed or had an eye twitch, it would have been a crash, and both sides would blame each other.
Yep.
The Pentagon says the Chinese military has made similar reckless maneuvers on U.S. planes more than.
That's the closest we've heard, though. I think the last one was 100 feet, right?
Yeah,
or 50 feet, something like that. It was at least a little bit further away.
Yeah, it was much more of a like you could put a bus between them kind of thing. Like it wasn't like you could tiptoe out there and touch each other's wings with your fingers.
10 feet. China, stop fucking around. You're gonna fuck around and cause a major accident. Because last time
they care.
Wasn't it a B-52 last time?
Yeah, B-52, and that one was fairly recent. I don't know if we talked about that on air. And then there was a spy reconnaissance plane they did it to real recently as well.
I remember reading the B-52 one. I don't remember if we did talk about it on here, but yeah.
I don't think we talked about that one on air, but
these assholes just like, if you want to fuck around, fine, but stay far enough away that if you hiccup, you're not going to run into the other guy's plane, for fuck's sake.
Right.
Go up there and stay like half a mile away. That's fairly close for a fighter jet. Just how close do you think we are to World War III? Without a major accident, I'm not worried about it right now. But if just something went wrong right there, Jack, good God. Yeah. They don't care. They want war, I think. I don't know if they want war right now. Certainly not with the U.S. Give them another 2 years, and I think they'd want to. 10 feet is the answer. There you go, Adebisi. We are 10 feet from World War III. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. No, I think there are elements of the Chi-Com government that want a war and think they can take us in a straight war. Maybe they're right, maybe they're not. I don't know. But I don't think that all of the leadership is on board with that idea just yet.
Yeah. And frankly, they probably don't want to, fuck with us. Not yet. That's why I said give them 2 years. Let them keep building up their military.
Yeah.
And if we don't match, then yeah, they're going to have no problem. Tony says, to be fair, pilots play with each other's air forces. Yeah. Again, and like Gray says, not 10 feet. That is fucking ridiculous.
That is stupid dangerous. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Chinese jet. Roast Leider. We cresting fryby. Thank you, Chinese jet.
Well played indeed. All right, Jack. Yeah, I want to talk about this one because it's funny to me. I saw a whole bunch of liberals losing their mind over this Trump post. Trump, you might as well stay off of Twitter because everybody tweets for you anyway. All these people who hate Donald Trump and don't want him back on the platform are constantly putting what he says on Truth Social up on YouTube or on Twitter. Sorry. This is a Truth Social post, but it's up on there. And he should never be allowed back. Look, here's what he's saying. I think they're honestly retarded, Jack.
Yeah, they are. There's no getting around it. A lot of these people are just special, like their dad played with the soft spot on their head kind of stuff.
Yes. All right, this is what he says. Writer Maggot, you are the president of the United States. Really? Writer Maggot Hagerman. Funny. It's actually Maggie Haberman, but Maggot Hagerman of the failing New York Times wrote almost her entire fake story today about the Trump-hating judge's gag order. They love to silence me. Rather than the racist attorney general's star witness choking like a dog on the witness stand. I don't even know what that part's about. Did Cohen fail completely in his testimony?
I haven't been keeping up with it, but a lot of people said he did testify at some point. I don't know if he's talking about on the stand or on a deposition.
No, he was called to testify.
Oh, he was? Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe he was a bad witness.
He was supposed to come in this week, and I'm guessing it didn't go well because I didn't see anything about it. And we saw bullshit about Mark Meadows the other day with shit that was from months ago from his deposition.
Yeah. Faithless, I did hear something about that. Supposedly he admitted to perjury.
Wait. Don't get ahead of me.
I blame other older boys.
Anyway, where is it? Rather than the racist attorney general's star witness choking like a dog on the witness stand, Perry Mason, and admitted that I never asked him to do anything wrong. He also admitted that he lied to Congress under oath. Again, brand new charges. Now,
what a dumbass.
When I saw everybody they're bringing in Cohen, are you guys serious?
We got him now.
If he is asked about lying, he has to admit it. It's on his fucking record. He went to prison for it.
Well, he might have admitted to some new perjury.
Fuck. She also failed to report that the Trump-hating judge refuses to respect or accept the appeals court decision. The appeals court decision reversing him. A first. Again, that's something I haven't heard about. I meant to look deeper into it and forgot. So sorry, guys. Maggot, fuck you, Donald. Maggot should focus her energies on corrupt prosecutors and judges whose hatred and bias is so great that they are unable to make a fair and reasonable decision. New York is crime-ridden and dying, but I will save it in 2024. It can't come too fast. You'll save it in 2025, sir. You won't be actually back in office till 2025.
As soon as I'm elected, everything will just change by magic. I have election powers.
It'll be huge. All right. Now, I brought up Maggie's article, which I haven't read, Jack.
I believe her name is pronounced Maggot.
Maggot. I brought up Maggot's article. Trump ordered to pay $10,000 in new punishment for breaking gag order. This is what we were talking to you guys about the one day. Somebody asked, what happens if he violates the gag order? They'll just slap him with a bunch of fines. Even if he does it enough, they'll slap him with a contempt of court charge. But right now, it's just these. Outside Donald J. Trump's civil fraud trial, the former president made comments to reporters that the judge found were an attack on a court employee.
Oh, fuck off. That judge is a piece of shit.
A Manhattan judge briefly ordered Donald J. Trump to the witness stand on Wednesday after accusing him of breaking the gag order with critical comments that seemed aimed at a law clerk and then fined him $10,000. The judge, Arthur F. Engeron, who is presiding over Mr. Trump's civil fraud trial, issued the punishment after finding Trump earlier in the day had violated an order that prevents him from discussing court staff. That's called a violation of the First Amendment, twat.
Hey, yeah, this gag order is so poorly worded and broad. I really think they should be contesting that because that is such bullshit.
This is not the Maggie Haberman one. Huh. Interesting. But anyway, this is the story about him. But anyway, where are we? Mr. Trump said that his comments had referred not to the clerk who he had previously attacked, but to his former lawyer, Michael D. Cohen, a witness. From the stand, Trump, wearing a Navy suit and curtailing his usual monologue, said that while he has not been speaking about the clerk, Allison Greenfield, he thought she was maybe unfair, and I think she's very biased against me. He left the stand after a few minutes, and he said that, no, I don't believe that you were talking about Cohen. Now, I didn't see what he supposedly said, but him talking shit about Cohen is not unbelievable. So I'm wondering if he was like very specific about what he said there. Like,
yeah,
fuck that court reporter bitch. No, I mean Cohen. Something like that. But the funny part about this is that Trump once said that Maggie is basically his psychiatrist, which is a weird thing to say about somebody you then call maggot. Donald, look, I get it. New York, you're old school insults and all that, but you're not helping yourself when you do that. There's nothing, he could have said all of that and just called her Maggie and it would have been fine.
Could have, but here we are.
It still calls her out for a story that he thought was bullshit. You know what I mean? And instead he's like, maggot. Like, oh, God damn it. Mr. Trump, President of the United States. You were President of the United States. Maybe put that away for a little while. Just saying. Or don't. The people who support you seem to like it when you act like a child.
Come on, dude. It's pretty funny. I mean,
is it?
It can be. It is incredibly childish, but at the same time, like, people voted against him just because of mean tweets. And look what we got in its place. I'd rather have goofy tweets like this than some doddering old fool that can't fucking focus for more than 30 seconds.
And that's fine, but I'm not comparing him to Biden here. I'm just asking about whether or not, it's really a good idea.
Is it a good idea? Probably not, but who knows?
Look, like I said, his fans will love it because this is the kind of stuff that they like about. This isn't the kind of stuff I like about Trump. I like him calling out the press.
Oh, yeah, that's always funny.
But stuff like this detracts from it because then we have to hear, oh, look, instead of actually paying attention to the rest of what he said there, all that's talked about is the fact that he called her maggot.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. You're never going to vote for him anyway, monkey. Probably not. I'm not going to vote for Biden. Should I stop criticizing him? I bet you won't have that take on it. All right. Let's see. What did you bring today, Jack? Because that's all I had. I wasn't online at all yesterday. So.
Oh, well, you're slacking. This is a good time to remind everybody we are brought to you by you. If you're enjoying the show, be sure and hit the like button, share it on your social media, and subscribe if you haven't. Why haven't you yet? And if you're feeling generous, you can toss us a couple bucks at the Streamlabs link, going through the chat occasionally, pinned at the top of the chat on YouTube and in the description of both streams.
Maine mass shooting. What happened in Maine?
Oh my God, how did you miss that?
Dude, I've only been online for like an hour today.
Oh, there's a guy named Robert Card that they're hunting for. Supposedly they might have him cornered as of a couple hours ago. He walked into a bowling alley and a bar and shot a bunch of people. 16 dead, last I saw. Might be 18 or 20, depending on which news source you look at. And another minimum of 16 injured. I think they're up to 18 dead. I haven't looked at it in a few hours.
Gray's an asshole because he said something in chat that made me laugh as you're explaining about all these dead people. God damn it. Gray said, you're still breathing and an American. That's why you'd never vote for Child Sniffing Joe. Fair enough. Fair enough.
That is a fair point. That is absolutely a fair point.
I'm laughing at that. It's like, yeah, there's like 18 dead people, and I'm giggling over here. It had nothing to do with the dead people. Please understand that.
Does.
How'd you miss that month? Again, like I said, I was only on okay, so this is how I woke up today, Jack. I wake up, I look at my phone, and I have a message from Satsu saying, call me when you wake up. I was like, oh, fuck. He never sends me messages like that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck, what's wrong? And immediately, I'm still talking like this. Jack's heard me when I first woke up. It's horrible, guys. And I'm like, dude, is everything all right? He's like, oh, yeah. I'm like, then why'd you send me a message like that? And he was just letting me know about a video game that came out. And I was spending my day getting that all straightened out so me and him can play the new Ark together. So, yeah, Ark Ascended. It used to be Ark Survival Evolved. Now it's Ark Survival Ascended. It is the exact same game with better graphics. Graphics so good, most people can't play it.
Oh, damn.
Graphics so good, I had to turn them all down to the lowest possible setting to keep my computer from freezing up.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah, but we'd love Ark, so I am going to be playing it. And so I have Ark now. I have City Skylines 2. We just had the drop finally for Phasmophobia. Me and Bubba are going to be playing Phasmophobia after this. The Halloween drop finally happened.
Wait till the last minute.
Right? But yeah, so I have a shit ton of stuff. Did they fix some of the bugs? As far as I've seen so far, Bald Potato, it does seem like it's less buggy. The building is a lot better. Dying sucks. I died already once. But there's a lot that they've made it much prettier. The systems seem to work a lot better. There's a lot of quality of life improvements. The issue is right now you have a whole bunch of people building video games for like the PS5 and whatever the fuck they're calling the Xbox these days. And they're building for those in mind instead of building for PC. And there's some, what's the word I'm looking for here, Jack? Some issues. That's the word I'm going to go with. Evolve says, "Oh, great, maybe I'll get it." Yeah, it's on sale right now too. So grab it now if you're interested. It probably won't go on sale again until what, the Christmas sale?
Yeah, probably.
So
Black Friday, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Anyhow, yeah, because the price on it, Jack, was $40.49. I'm like, what the fuck kind of who does $40.49? And then it's 10% off right now. It's actually $44.99.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, is that a code or something?
I know, right? It's a weird fucking price. I kind of want to make a product, Jack, just so I can give it a weird price, like $8.64. Just to mess with people, because I think it would be funny. We've been programmed that everything ends in 99. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah, I kind of hate that, actually. Kind of drives me up the wall.
There is a reason for it, though.
Yeah, because it's people's psychological stupid brains. They're like, oh, it's cheaper.
No, that's not it. It's actually an anti-theft thing from way back in the day. It was to keep people from stealing money from the store owners, because you'd have to get change out of the till to give back to people.
Oh, yeah.
It would force you to give change back. And so you had to open the till instead of just, sticking that right in your pocket. I know that because I used to have a book about weird things and why they exist. I loved that book. It was great.
Yeah, we used to have those when I was a kid. We had like Big Secrets.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever read that? They did a trilogy: Big Secrets, Bigger Secrets, and Biggest Secrets. And it talked about like the secret ingredients in Coca-Cola and KFC, and I love those things. Those were great.
Big Joe says, I never knew that. I thought it was a psychological thing. Nope. What was the name of that book? It was called Why Do Clocks Run Clockwise and Other Weird Things, or something like that's the name of it.
Oh.
Yeah. I forget why clocks run clockwise, but I have read it before.
To fuck with Australia, because that should go backwards to them. Real quick, thank you, Evolved Potato. Speaking of Australia, they have already started a report on his manifesto, but we'll still haven't seen anything from the trans shooter that went into the Christian school. We're never getting that manifesto, are we? Nope.
Nope.
Nope. You are never going to get to see that.
Unless the shooter is a straight white male, you better just get it in your head that we're never going to find out why.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. And that's not being racist or anything. It's how the media treats shootings.
Yeah. Apparently this guy had some mental issues. He was locked up for 2 weeks or so. And he had threatened to shoot up. He's a National Guard reservist in like, I think the motor pool or something connected to moving logistic shit around. And he had threatened to shoot up the base. So they sent him to the funny farm for 2 weeks.
Damn.
And that they didn't take his guns away after that. No, they just kind of cut him loose on the public. And yeah, this happened then. He's also a firearms instructor, by the way.
He was what now? Sorry?
He's a firearms instructor.
Oh, well, that's always the best person you want running around shooting people.
Yeah, I mean, so the guy threatens to shoot up a military base, gets put in the nut house for 2 weeks, and he's a firearms instructor, and you don't take his guns away? Look, I'm all for the Second Amendment, but he already expressed homicidal ideation.
Well,
that's kind of an issue.
Over on the Rumble side of things, Cubicle Pastry says, and yet we blame the guns. His own people failed him. Yep. True. And they will. They'll blame the guns.
Yep. He was hearing voices, by the way. So another issue to be added to the list. But yeah,
hey,
they used to put these people in these places called asylums.
I was just, you beat me to it. I was just about to say, we need asylums back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look, there's a lot of times where I do agree with the thing of, you can't hold somebody on a psychiatric hold more than the 72 hours or whatever it is, depending on what state you're in. But there are times where it's like, no, that fucker belongs in a padded cell.
Yeah, look, we all get mad at our jobs occasionally. I just knocked a bunch of shit over. But you don't make threats like that. That's crazy people stuff. And if he's making homicidal ideation threats like that, he probably should have his guns taken away for his safety and everybody else's.
Dude's hearing voices and you're like, nah, it's all right to have a gun, dude.
Yeah. If he's been diagnosed like that, then look, I'm not for red flag laws because I think they're easily abused. But this guy was legitimately hearing voices. That's an issue. That's an issue that for everybody's safety, in combination with the threats and everything else, the guy's got a lot of problems. Maybe he just temporarily until everything gets sorted, see if he really is a danger to himself. They should have had him locked up for a while anyway. So 2 weeks is not enough for that. That's fucking dumb.
Have they not heard of Son of Sam?
He was lying, though. That's
what they want you to believe.
I don't think the dog was actually talking to him, Monkey.
I think the dog was talking to him. I've seen commercials and dogs can talk.
That's true.
Roll that beautiful bean footage. See?
Yeah, but this is exactly why normal people should own firearms, because this guy could have been stopped a lot sooner if everybody was packing.
And they still haven't caught him.
No, it kind of sounds like he may have gone all first blood and is hiding in the woods.
I wonder at this point if he's hiding in the woods or if he's Logan Paul'd himself in one.
Allegedly they were talking to him earlier, so I don't know.
Huh. Anyhow, let's get to our story here.
Oh, yeah.
Off-duty Alaska Airlines pilot charged with attempted murder after trying to shut down the plane's engines in mid-flight.
Yep.
Yeah, I saw this story. I didn't read it, but I saw a story about his why he did it. was the title of the story. I'm like, I don't care why he did it. He should be in prison.
Right.
An off-duty Alaskan Airlines pilot has been charged with over 80 counts of attempted murder after he allegedly attempted to shut off a plane's engines mid-flight on Sunday, causing the flight to divert to Portland. He should be charged just for causing a flight to divert to Portland.
Right.
Why'd you hate those people so much?
Yeah, it's bad enough you tried to kill him, but then you're going to make him sit in Portland?
In Portland? Jesus Christ.
Douche move, man.
Flight 2059 took off from Everett, Washington, and was bound for San Francisco. Alaskan Airlines said in a statement, it was operated by Alaskan Airlines subsidiary Horizon Air, but it was diverted due to a credible security. Okay, I'm sorry. I got to stop here. I'm really tired of writers who can't write. It was operated by Alaskan Airlines subsidiary Horizon Air, but was diverted. Those don't go together.
Here, hate facts have no place here, good sir.
That's not a but to that sentence. It was operated by Alaskan Airlines subsidiary Horizon Air, but Alaskan had their own pilots on it. That would be a but. Switching to a completely different fucking topic is not how you use a but in a sentence. What the hell is wrong with writers these days?
They're hacks, and the worse they are, the cheaper they work, I'm starting to think.
But was diverted due to a credible security threat linked to a person in the cockpit's flight deck jump seat. Those don't go together. The jump seat occupant unsuccessfully attempted to disrupt the operation of the engines, the airline said. The Horizon captain and first officer quickly responded. Engine power was not lost, and the crew secured the aircraft without incident. The flight crew followed appropriate FAA procedures and guidance. They have a procedure for when some asshole tries to shut off the engines mid-flight.
Yeah, another pilot. I mean, this probably has happened before, but I would like to think that he was experiencing the same thing William Shatner experienced in that episode of Twilight Zone where he saw the gremlin trying to take apart the plane.
I know of it. I probably saw it a long time ago.
No, you probably haven't seen it because it's in black and white, you heathen.
I've seen it.
You saw the movie that was in color and they redid the scene.
Oh, yes, you're right. I did.
I knew it.
You're right, because I don't do black and white. Wasn't it?
I know you know.
It was John Lithgow in the movie, right?
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. It sounded familiar. You're right. Frosted Glass, thank you. That's bad grammar, but I like banana cream pie. How dare you, sir? And somebody says I mispronounced Everett. It says Everett. I don't know how the Washingtonians pronounce the word Everett, but whatever. It's Washington. I don't care. Have you seen that that map that was floating around the other day on Twitter that said why you shouldn't invade the United States? And it has all these different reasons, gun owners here and different stuff. But right there in Washington and Oregon, it says, actually, you could probably take this over pretty easy.
Yeah.
Where are we? Flight
It's
control followed. The flight took off just before 5:30, whatever. Audio of the plane communications with air traffic control revealed an attempt to turn the plane's engines off. As a heads up, we got a guy that tried to shut the engines down out of the cockpit. It doesn't sound like he's got any issues in the back right now. I think he's subdued. I think he's subdued you. All right. Other than that, we want law enforcement as soon as we get on the ground and parked. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I kind of hope somebody beat the shit out of this guy. Typically, off-duty airline pilots sit in the jump seat on the flight deck behind the pilots to fly back to their home base if seats are available. After landing, Joseph David Emerson, 44, was arrested by the Port of Portland police.
And he kept shouting, "You don't understand. It was on the wings."
I don't think you can see the wings where that would be from the jump seat.
Well, he'd be making it up anyway, because apparently he's just a kook. But what a fucking crazy thing for the you're like, oh yeah, this other pilot's gonna just hang out with us. He's going to this other place. Cool. And then he jumps up and tries to crash the plane.
He was booked on how much you want to bet his wife left him or something?
Oh, probably.
He's booked on 83 counts of attempted murder, 83 counts of reckless endangerment, and a single count of endangering an aircraft. The FBI said it's investigating the incident and noted no injuries. That's awesome. The
Except for where they pummeled that dude in the face.
The FAA sent alerts to airlines after the Horizon Air incident, saying a valid jump seat passenger attempted to disable aircraft engines while cruise altitude by deploying the engine's fire suppression system. Fuck.
Oh, so he pulled a Bowman.
Yes. He pulled the fire alarm. Crew was able to subdue it. Yeah, the rest of the scene. NBC News, thank you. Monkey, Bunky, Bo Bunky, Fee Fi, Faux Funky. But how are you doing tonight, Jack?
Oh, doing pretty good. How are you?
Thank you. Was this NBC News? What fucking retard wrote this for them? This is NBC News. It was written by two people. By Jay Blackman and Andrew. Go ahead.
The first one probably wrote a legitimate article, and the other one was correcting it. And that's where all the weird sentences come from.
That's not how you... That's not a but. That's a and.
Look, it's deconstructing the grammar. It's decolonizing it. It's new grammar.
These days, look, I understand that there's bad grammar and stuff that goes on, and that's fine, but something like that is so fucking egregious. These are the people. He could have had two sentences there. That's what he should have had. We get these run-on sentences from these assholes, and now the sentences don't even make sense. These are college-educated people.
That doesn't mean like what it used to mean. That just makes me think they're dumber.
I don't know. Kelsey grammar is the best grammar. Fair enough.
That's just science.
I can forgive some bad English. I can. I'm not the most perfect with my English, Jack.
No.
But something like that actually makes me stop because it's that fucked up. Oh, can't deal with it. I'm not even good at English. When I can make fun of your English, you need to do better. You need to do better, sir.
Are you surprised I speak your language?
Isn't that what Falcon says? You need to do better, Senator.
Yeah. Do better. Ooh, I hate that show.
Man held while looking for a gin to convert R47 lac demonetized. What the fuck does that, Jack? What is this headline?
It's Times of India. It's rupees.
Okay. A chance discovery in garbage.
Yeah, this is a weird story, man. You want me to read this?
Yes, I do.
You're gonna
yes,
all kinds of
Go ahead.
A chance discovery in garbage. The ghosts of Note Bandy and a Jinn sorcerer came together in a bizarre treasure tale that may end in jailed hereafter for an unlucky sanitation worker and a second life for a lucky rooster. I know you're thinking, that's a sentence. Yeah, English is a primary language in India, just so you know. This wasn't translated.
I still will.
Grammar? What?
Look, dude, I will give them a little bit of leeway because it is India. I've heard them speak English.
Yeah, that's fair point. Okay. Sultan Karosi, Sultan, a sanitation worker, thought he had struck gold in garbage after finding an abandoned stack containing RS-47 lacquer. in demonetized currency in November 2016. He kept quiet and held on to it for 7 years until someone told him about a sorcerer who converts illegal currency into real money.
Jesus Christ.
So, you know how our system is kind of weird because we don't really do it the same way as a lot of Asian countries do. Their currency can expire.
Sure.
So they end up printing new images on the money and stuff like that. So the old money is just no good anymore after a while. But he found a stack of it, and there's a sorcerer that could convert it to real money. Sultan was on his way to Gwalior, something like that, to meet this black magic man on Sunday when the crime branch showed up. That's the cops. The sorcerer has done a disappearing act, and police are looking for him. Sultan, who hails from Marina, about 40 kilometers from Gwalior, has admitted that he was going to meet the sorcerer in a forest near Gwalior, as he had promised to harness the magical powers of a jinn and black magic to convert his demonetized notes money into usable currency. The police spokesman said.
You took a giant bag of cash, demonetized or not. You took a giant bag of cash to meet somebody in the woods.
So they could harness the power of a jinn and black magic. The jinn wasn't sketchy enough, because they're a little fickle. But you had to work in some black magic too.
No. My point being, you don't go meet a stranger in the woods with a giant sack of cash.
Not with that attitude.
That's how you end up missing.
Nah, I'm sure it'll work out fine.
That's how you end up on Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, absolutely. This is absolutely how you go missing in the woods. That's like meeting a drug dealer in the ghetto. You're going to die.
Oh, real quick. I know this is completely off topic, but I told you I got that new City Skylines game, and I was playing through it to make sure it runs well, and it does. So I'll eventually stream that. And I was thinking, because you can make zones on there, like you can name little parts of your city and stuff. And I thought, I want to make a really poor district, and I'm going to name it Monkey's Ghetto. And I went, nope, no, I'm not. I caught myself on that one.
I'm proud of you.
As soon as I thought
this does sound like a weird D&D campaign.
It does. This guy should be thanking the police. He really should be, because they probably saved his life.
Yeah, absolutely. There was like a group of bandits like, shit, it's the cops. Let's get out of here.
Yes.
Bunch of thuggy waiting to choke this dude out with their handkerchiefs. Oh, man. That's a history joke for you nerds out there. Police found 41 bundles of 1,000 rupee notes and 12 bundles of 500 rupee notes, all of which were discontinued by the Reserve Bank of India in November 2016. According to Sultan, the sorcerer had planned to coincide the ritual with Navami and Dussehra, and all you needed was a rooster and some spells. I need a chicken and the Necronomicon, and we're all good. We'll do it on this other holiday. That's not sketchy at all. Sultan was caught because of the heightened watch on cash in view of the elections. Someone had tipped off the police about the suspicious cash movement, and a team led by TI crime MR Singh, that's an awesome name, Sikawar, and SIA crime branch SS Parmar intercepted Sultan near Indian Institute for Information Technology and Management. He was even near a tech building, for God's sake. That's when they intercepted him. He's been arrested, and the Election Commission and Income Tax Department informed of the seizure. So now he's got to pay taxes on that expired money. But yeah, so that the rooster probably still alive. The whereabouts of the Necronomicon are unknown. Maybe the sorcerer got waylaid by Ash. I don't know. But yeah, this sanitation worker tried to use black magic and the jinns via a sorcerer to transform old money into new money. And I thought that was a hilarious story.
From the sounds of it, why didn't he turn it in before? Because it says that he found the abandoned sack, but it doesn't tell us when he did.
He found it in 2016, probably after the cash was expired. Somebody just threw it away because he found it. It was demonetized currency in 2016, and that's when he found it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. All it tells us is that he found it, and I'm guessing you're right that it was probably thrown away, but it doesn't actually tell us that in the story. It tells us that it was demonetized in November of 2016. I'm very curious.
It in the garbage.
Probably he's a sanitation worker.
No, it said he found it in the garbage. It's in the second paragraph.
Oh yeah, it's actually at the very beginning. The chance discovery in garbage.
Yeah.
Shio, thank you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Will you talk for just a second?
Yeah. Thank you, Frosted Glass. I guess Jafar really hit the skids after that first Aladdin movie. Yeah, probably. Was that in India? I don't remember because I know the story of Aladdin's originally Chinese, but I guess it's Indian. I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in 30 years.
Well, they did the Arabian Nights and put Aladdin in there.
Oh. Thank you, Evolved Potato. Thank you, Evolved Potato. People ride on top of trucks in India. They don't really have a healthy idea of morality like most other people do. I mean, if I lived in India, I would care less if I died. Maybe be better than living there. Yeah, that might be better, actually. It's a very poor country.
Shio, thanks for the heads up not to read that one. That is funny. And I'll tell Jack after the show. Rooster in Chains, thank you. They come to snuff the me. You know I ain't gonna die. Probably not.
Wow, nice reference.
Yeah, I'm not gonna type that. I'll just tell you it after the show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. It's just definitely not show appropriate.
So
maybe if we were Rumble exclusive.
Oh yeah. You can do a lot of sexy things on Rumble, apparently. It's a great song, Faithless. Yeah. Absolutely.
All right.
Hey, Mofuck. You want me to get the next one? I'll just read these if you want.
Sure. Go ahead, bud.
All right.
Because I am getting some lag with these. Hang on a second. All right. Go ahead.
Thank you. This comes from the Daily Mail. A SWAT team raids suburban Atlanta home to arrest 4 people who were running an illegal strip club on the weekends and had a horse on the property.
That's a weird. That's a weird addition. And had a horse.
Yeah, I know. When I'm cruising through the suburbs, you're like, look at all these houses that look exactly the same, except for the one with the disco ball, the mostly naked whore, and a pony.
Giant red light out front. Nothing to see here.
Nothing. A sign that says nothing to see here on it. It's like having a for sale sign that says not haunted on it. Like, that place is haunted. Fuck you.
Is it really a strip club if it's just in a house?
I mean, maybe.
That's just some hoey chick dancing for tips.
It depends how many they had.
I guess.
Bizarre raid saw a SWAT team arrest 4 squatters, even better, running an illegal strip club out of a suburban Atlanta home, which allegedly had everything from dancers to horses on the property.
We know what those horses were used for.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we probably do.
Those are not female horses. We'll just leave it at that.
Neighbors were finally able to get authorities to come out to the home address we don't care about in South Fulton after complaining about the nightmare next door. This is totally going to be a TV movie. This could be a Lifetime movie with some chick going back to her hometown, and she's going to fall in love with this lumberjack guy, and her ex is running a strip club out of their home. In addition to the illegal dancers, there were also noisy parties held at the house on weekends and car races. Totally not the hood, guys. they would get live horses. One day they had live horses, an unidentified neighbor said. This is actually a pretty nice neighborhood, but these are squatters. So, and if Monkey, you scroll down to the mugshots, they look like the kind of guys that would have an illegal strip club.
Hang on, let me open it up, steal the picture, and open it in another one so we're not getting the.
Yeah.
Oh, can I? Well, I can blow that up. Sweet. I swear I've seen one of those guys before.
Probably the guy that looks like he's got Princess Leia hair.
I was thinking the second guy. No, that guy I would know. I would remember him. That second guy looks familiar.
He might have been in another story we covered about weird, dumb shit. The neighbors not only lost sleep, but would wake up the next day to piles of trash in front of the home. Of course, they're squatters. They were also annoyed by occasional gunfire going off in the area and the stench of marijuana. Annoyed by occasional gunfire? I think terrified would be the word you're looking for there. There's always something going.
It's just annoying when your neighbor's out there shooting randomly.
Yeah, like, woo! Like you're living next to Yosemite Sam, apparently. There was always something going on in that house, one neighbor said. After levying several complaints, police and the SWAT team finally showed up at the house last Sunday. An officer said the last straw was the license plate reader discovered a stolen car on the premises. That's what got you assholes out there? Fuck you. Do your jobs. The driver of the stolen car initially refused to come out when pressed by the police before they moved in. Once officers got inside, they found another stolen car, probably in the garage, stolen IDs, and even stolen credit cards. I'm shocked. There was a stolen weapon that was recovered from the residence, added South Fulton Police Captain Derek Rogers. The Anthony Maddox, Jeremy Wheat, Kelvin Hall, and something Ford were arrested on the premises. All four were booked into the Fulton County Jail on multiple charges, including several counts of theft by receiving stolen property. A couple of them have rap sheets going back to the 90s.
Really?
Yeah. One guy has an arrest record going back to 95. Another one has an arrest record going back to 86. The other two have no record. Neighbors learned afterward that none of the four men actually lived in the home and were merely squatters. I would have figured that out on day 4. They're like, these people are squatters. Police have attempted to prevent any further shenanigans on the premises by repeatedly driving to watch the property.
Did anybody call the property owner?
I doubt anybody knew who owned it.
It should be. The police should be able to find out, though.
Oh, yeah.
Well, but they just said they're trying to keep it from happening again by driving by. How about calling the property owner?
Well, they're getting to that. City Councilwoman Carmelithia Gubbs, who represents the district, said the city plans to try and pursue action against the owners of vacant homes to prevent further criminality.
What? Yeah. You're going to go after the homeowner?
All the homeowners.
For what?
Being an evil homeowner.
For having people break into your house. That is fucking retarded. Might be bank owned. That's fair enough too, but that's fucking retarded to try to go like, hey, you got an empty house here and people broke in and caused trouble. You get to go to jail now. We're going to give you a big fine. How about you do your fucking job and arrest the squatters?
No.
Didn't you say that they finally came out because of the stolen car, but they've been called many times?
Yep.
I feel like that's a police issue, not the homeowner issue.
Yeah, because I imagine there were a lot of complaints, and the cops just like, whatever, it's just a party or so. It's college kids or it's a one-off. They were just dismissing it instead of actually looking into it because they could have stopped this crap a lot sooner. And I bet that house is trashed, and that looks like a nice house.
My guess is this is a going after the homeowners when they look, man, you should not have to be charging people rent to live in a house kind of bullshit.
Yeah. Probably it is Georgia. They do have a lot of people that are pushing that nonsense down there.
Yeah. Can I ask a kind of related but off the story question?
Of course.
Who the hell was Fulton? There's tons of counties and streets named after this guy. Who was he?
I don't know.
I mean, like, I know who Lafayette was.
Yeah,
That's got to be named after someone, right?
I imagine.
Thank you, Frosted, who says, Mr. Frodo, I think we're at the wrong prancing pony. Yes, indeed. Or-
Robert Fulton, American engineer and inventor, who's
Oh.
widely credited with developing the world's first commercially successful steamboat.
Okay. I know who that is.
Yeah, he died in 1815, so that's probably why.
Gotcha.
He was commissioned by Napoleon Bonaparte to attempt to design a submarine.
I don't know why when you said Fulton this time, it finally dawned on me that we hear that name a lot.
Yeah, that must be why.
All right, fair enough.
At least I'm giving him credit for it. Fuck it, why not, right?
See, guys, this is an educational show. Have a good night, Merle. It can
Later,
be.
Merle.
Absolutely. Not always, but sometimes. Look, yeast beer, not really educational. Who Robert Fulton was, absolutely educational.
They're both educational in different ways. One is ew, and the other one's like submarine guy.
We have
Steve
ooh and oh. All right,
Yeah.
fair enough.
Yeah, it's very sexual here sometimes.
All right, what's our last one here?
Last one is Florida Man games are on, and only the wildest and beefiest gator-loving dudes will win.
Oh, please let this one actually open for me.
This is from Travis. This is what he sent me earlier. So let me scroll down here. A new competition is going all out to embrace the Florida Man meme, pitting contestants in a flurry of wild challenges that include evading arrest from mock police officers or real ones, depending on how committed to the bit you are, and duking it out in pool noodle duels. The inaugural Florida Man games are held in in February in St. Augustine on the east coast of the Sunshine State. I feel like this should be in Miami, and it should be like the movie The Game, where contestants don't know they're playing.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
And random shit just keeps happening to them.
I was hoping for more pictures. Damn it. Okay, I threw the article into chat if you guys want to pull it up. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jack.
Maybe after it happens. The contest is the brainchild of Pete Melfi, a St. Augustine resident who owns a media outlet covering local news called the 904 Now, according to the Orlando Sentinel. Melfi told the newspaper that he initially planned to hold a 0.5K beer run.
Wow.
But starting adding more events to form a tournament of sorts. This sounds like a really low budget, drunk way of doing American Ninja Warriors or American Gladiators.
Oh yeah, and I'm shocked it's taken this long. Florida Man is the perfect thing for this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. They should have like somebody dress up like an alligator and somebody else dress up like Steve Irwin, and they have to wrestle, and whoever wins gets the prize.
Well, it reminds me of I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, which I was just talking about the other day because I was explaining to my son who Shaft was.
Oh, that's sad.
Well, it's a parody of that. He understood it once I finally explained it. Oh, I know who that is. But anyway, thank you, Scuba Seth, who says, you guys talk about the airstrikes. No, and I just looked that up. We'll have to talk about it in a moment. Snubber, thank you. By the by, I heard apparently either the federal or state, they are going to crack down on my college's hate issues coming from the Israeli stuff. That'll be interesting to see.
That's going to get ridiculous.
Say, which way are they cracking down? Towards the Jews or the Palestinians? I have my guess.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I do like about America is we have a sense of humor. But in the movie I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker, they have the gang games where they have to like strip a car and outrun police dogs. This is what that sounds like to me, and it's perfect. It's the kind of thing we need more of. In Florida, man, they could have so much fun with this, where it's just people getting hurt for our amusement.
Which is a fairly regular thing in Florida, apparently.
Yeah. So many things you could put in those games. It doesn't even have to make sense.
Oh yeah, it doesn't have to make sense at all. It'd be like the Amazing Race with hillbillies.
Yes, I would watch the fuck out of that if it was on TV.
Oh yeah, I kind of would too. All right, it goes on. According to the game's website, 16 teams of 5 will duke it out over a beer belly Florida sumo competition, pool noodle duels in the mud, a race involving catalytic converters, 2 bikes, and a handful of copper pipes, and other roughhouse activities. This is sounding better by the minute.
It does. It sounds. I would watch. I'm telling you, I would be watching this right now if it was on TV.
I might have to go on a field expedition to Florida in February. Not to get out of the winter in Ohio, but to experience the Florida Man games.
Hell yeah.
A giant melee between police officers and firefighters called Brawl of the Badges is also planned. Attendees can attempt a mechanical gator rodeo or try to jump over inflatable spinning logs. And then it just explains the Florida Man meme. That's pretty much all we know at this point. But there is a link to the website.
Bubba asked, what county is it in Florida? Did it say?
It's in St. Augustine.
St. Augustine.
I'm not sure what county that is. I think that's Broward, but I'm not positive.
I think having the city nails it down even better.
Yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, I would. You know what? Even in my crippled state, I would like to try some of those.
Yeah,
I want to ride a mechanical gator.
I want to see how much tickets cost. Oh, okay. Tickets go from $45 to $145.
That's not too bad, depending on what you get for that $145. I better get, at least a hot dog with it.
Yeah. If I could write this off on my taxes because it's a trip for the show.
Oh, go down and film it? Yeah.
Yeah, I would absolutely go down there. At minimum, take pictures. But I'd try to film as much of this as possible and discuss it on the show. Yeah, February 24th. It's a Saturday at 10 a.m.
It's sad to me it's only one day. It should be a weekend.
There's a non-refundable fee, but yeah, it's going to be a 9-hour event.
Bubba says St. Augustine in Florida. I mean, I haven't been to St. Augustine in a while. Go film some shit for me, dude. All right,
yeah,
Jack.
I would love to go to this. This is fucking awesome.
This is fairly new, actually. Just to bring this up here.
Is this the airstrikes on Syria?
Yeah, U.S. fighter jet strike Iran linked sites in Syria. Hang on, getting a donation there, and it always makes me dip. There we go. U.S. fighter jet strike Iran linked sites in Syria in retaliation for attacks on U.S. troops. We should have, if we were going to do this, we should have done this when they first did it. I'm glad. Look, I do not think we should be fighting Iran for Israel, but these little fuckers have been shooting at us for a couple of weeks now, Jack.
Yeah. They've been shot at from Yemen and from Syria.
Yes.
They shot at one of our carriers.
Thank you, Keldrig. If you can't pull a knife out of a still living alligator head, then you can't call yourself Florida man. True. And for the record, that did say loving. I fixed it to say living. It wasn't me this time.
No, it was talking about horny alligators. you get it wants to sex you up, and you have to get the knife out of its head without getting sodomized by an alligator.
U.S. fighter jets launched airstrikes early Friday on 2 locations in eastern Syria linked to Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Pentagon said, in retaliation for a slew of drone and missile strikes against U.S. bases and personnel in the region that began early last week. Yeah, about fucking time. The U.S. strikes reflect the Biden administration's determination to maintain a delicate balance. The U.S. wants to hit Iran-backed groups suspected of targeting the U.S. as strongly as possible to deter further aggression, while also working to avoid inflaming the region and provoking a wider conflict. Look, man, nobody's going to stand up for Iran. And here's what you do. You're the United States military. If these are drones, you know where they're coming from. Blow those places up. I'm okay with it. That's not going to lead to war, Jack. That's going to lead to us blowing up people who need to stop shooting at us.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Okay.
What's up?
I am on this website still.
Yeah, sure.
And all right, $145 is the VIP plus a $12 processing fee. There's no refunds on the tickets, by the way. But you can, for an extra, you could get autographs from Nitro and Ice from American Gladiators.
Nice.
$50.
That's awesome to bring them involved, though, because it sounds kind of like what they're trying to do with this thing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I thought that was hilarious because I just mentioned it sounded like American Gladiators.
I think they need to do it like what was that weird Japanese one that Americans talked over?
Oh, shit, something MX.
What the hell's the name of it? We used to watch the fuck out of that show. But they need to do it like that, where there's like really no winning. It's just
laughing at the contestants.
Who can
MXP?
survive? MXP?
Oh, MXC.
MXC, that's it. There you go. Just to see who can survive the course. That's all.
Yeah. Who gets the least amount of damage?
Yes, exactly. Most extreme elimination. Yep. I loved that show, man. I used to watch the shit out of that.
Yeah. It's a knockoff of an actual game show over there. They have the weirdest game shows in Asia.
Guy Ledouche, yes, Guy Ledouche. He was the announcer or the Ryan Seacrest of the show.
Yeah.
He was great. I love Guy Ledouche. Anyway, we are going to wrap up there. I am going to go play some video games with my friend Bubba, and depending on how I feel after that, I might play another one on my own. We're going to be on. I might do Twitch tonight.
What?
It's been a while since I've done it over there. I am moving back to Twitch though, Jack.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for reasons you and I discussed offline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but moving back over there, YouTube just needs to get better at
promoting their own stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Twitch just had TwitchCon where, hang on a second. They just had TwitchCon where all of the stuff that pissed people off and frankly made me leave, they're like, we didn't mean any of that. Our bad.
Eagle's saying you could crossplay now. Twitch changed the rules.
Yes, that's part of what they did. Satsu told me a funny story because they just had TwitchCon, right? He said everybody that he watches on video games and stuff that went to TwitchCon now has COVID. Whoopsie. Super spreader event. Evolve Potato, thank you. Evolve Potato, thank you. Monkey, be realistic. If this event goes on for more than a day, everyone will be dead from alcohol poisoning. That's not true. Burning Man goes for a weekend.
Yeah, and Burning Man is a bunch of fucking pseudo hippies doing drugs out in the desert. So I imagine they just bury their dead there.
That's probably true. Blame it on the mob.
They do burn their pagan idol there, so maybe they put the bodies in there like they do in the movies.
Hippies don't drink like Florida men. That's fair. They do more drugs. All right. What about Sturgis, the biker rally? They drink like a motherfucker there.
Yeah,
all weekend long on motorcycles. All right. Yeah, I think we'll do Twitch. I'll set that up and see if I remember how to do it over there. Was it?
Why don't you do both?
I'm not sure my connection can handle it. I have to test that. I need to test it before I dual stream. Just saying.
Go big or go home. Just do it.
If it doesn't, no, I'll have to because I don't want to end up screwing it up and be like, fuck, I got to start over. I'll do a test one and see if it works, and if it does, then we'll start doing it that way after. Otherwise, I'll just send the video over. So, guys, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for the donations. You guys are awesome. Crossplay would be great, Fugi, if I had decent fucking internet. Thank you for the donations. You guys really you help us more than we could possibly explain or give thanks properly for. So thank you. Jack, anything you want to show?
I'll drop a link to a new video on both platforms. As always, thank you so much for the support. The tips really do keep us going. You feed me, and I appreciate that because I like food.
I like food too, and you'd know that if you could see me. Although my granddaughter did tell me that I'm not fat. Her sister's going to be born soon, and she told me her mom was fat. I'm like, that's not nice. And I asked her, I'm like, am I fat? And she's like, no. So I poked my belly out really far, and she thought that was the funniest thing ever.
Have you ever seen a kid go up and someone's like, talk about somebody being fat, a little kid over here, and they come up and say something really egregious, like, "You're not fat, you're jolly." I heard a kid say that one time. You're jolly like Santa. I lost it because that's fat.
The funniest I ever laughed at my own weight was many years ago when I was still almost 300 pounds. I'm standing at the sink rinsing off my dinner plate, and my daughter walks up to me, pokes me in the belly, and says, "Hey, Tubby."
Oh,
I fucking lost it. That's one of the funniest things. I like that kind of humor, Jack. And you could not do that to a woman, but you could do that to me, and I did laugh. So yeah. Hey, Tubby. That's what she did. She was like 14 at the time. Hey, Tubby. Like,
you're grounded.
Go away, child. Anyway, Ranting Monkey Game. No, is it Ranting Monkey Games or Ranting Monkey over there? It's been so long, I don't even remember.
Don't even know what your channel name is on Twitch.
Fuck, guys, what's my channel name?
It's Ranting Monkey. I'll drop the link.
Thank you, appreciate that. Ranting Monkey over on Twitch. We'll be over there playing some Phasmophobia. It is the Halloween special, so I have no idea how they made it interactive this year more than they did in years past, Jack. Year past. Last year we had to run around and collect candy and pumpkins, and if you got it all, you got this special award.
What, this diabetes?
Year, yes, we got in-game diabetes. This year we have to collect stuff and then go to another map where we make a potion. So
that gives you the diabetes,
and then we'll get the diabetes. Ranting Monkey Games on Twitch, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you over there in a few, I hope. Jack, thank you so much for joining me, my friend.
Always glad to be here.
I'm going to talk for a couple more seconds, man, because we're so close to an actual 2-hour show that I cannot let it go.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, people aren't supposed to leave until you sing, and they all know that. So if we stall for a little bit, it should be expected.
Kyle says he's a professional streamer, everyone. I know. Although, remember last time, Jack, I waited so that we were like exactly at 2 hours, and when I cut it off, it took like 8 seconds away from me.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Fucking bastard. How do you take 8 seconds away from me?
Well, you're going to get a couple seconds on either end just so that you can't have what you want.
I don't take it in either end. Just saying.
Well, if you sleep long enough, we're all going to take it in one end.
Bubba says he admits he's the least professional. That is true. I'm a professional, but I'm the least professional monkey. And Mofo says Monkey's OCD kicked in. It's not an OCD thing. It's that I'd like to have a 2-hour show at least. And in fairness to us, Jack, lately the shows have been almost 3 hours. But
that's because we're awesome. We're givers.
I would feel that I was cheating the audience if they didn't get, even if we're just rambling like this, I feel like I'd be cheating them if I didn't give them the full 2 hours. There's been a few times where it's like, guys, I only have an hour in me, and I feel bad until the next show.
Yeah, we usually make up for it.
Yeah, I feel bad. When you start, we typically do not hear your first few words if you are speaking right away. I tend not to speak right away, so if you guys aren't hearing me, they just really need to fix their shit.
Yeah, it's usually just me being funny.
I typically wait 5 to 10 seconds before I start talking. Unless we're goofing around like we do sometimes.
Yeah.
Anyway. What the fuck was I saying? Guys, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us. Jack, a pleasure.
Always glad to be here.
Everyone, take care of yourselves. We're over the 2-hour mark, and I still have to sing, so we're going to go away now. Take care of yourselves. Ranting Monkey Games on the Twitch. Love you. See you next time.
Bye, everybody.
This song's just to make sure I get my time. Hitting that 2 hours means a lot to me. Sometimes when I eat the wrong things, it changes the colors of my pee.